Good morning. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate Graham. And if this is your first time joining us for a daily YouTube Oracle reading, that would make sense because I didn't start them too long ago. So today is May 18th. It's 2023. And, it's funny, just before I get started here, or as I get started, I guess, I was getting this really clear memory, but also like I don't actually know what it's from. So if you can let me know in the comments below if you recognize this, then also this message may specifically resonate with you. And to let you know as well, I will be going live later today, later tonight, depending on what time you see this. You can check that out under my channel. And I'm going to be going live for love and romance oracle readings. I'm just really enjoying answering those kinds of questions. And I don't know what it is about the season or about the time right now, but yeah, this image, this memory that was coming to mind. So right here, that's my little gate. So I have like a deck out here, and people can walk around all the way to get to my front door over that way. And so if you walk in through here, I was just thinking, oh, it's so funny that you could see someone walk by here. And wouldn't that be so cute? There's like a kids show where you would see people walk by and then they would come to the door. Um, and I'm not sure. I can't. I'm not sure whether it was like Mr. Rogers or something else. So let me know if anyone has like a memory of that, where someone would walk by, like a person would walk by the door, and you'd see them, and then they get to the door. Um, I don't know. And I don't think this is it either. And I don't remember this show that well, but I also am just getting Blues Clues. So if you liked Blues Clues, this might be a reading for you. It's a really bizarre start to today. Okay. I also am definitely feeling this romance energy that I was channeling yesterday. That story is still, it's coming back. It's like here for part two. No, everything's show related right now. It's just funny. Okay. What else is going on today? What do we need to see? Ooh, okay. So, I also am having this feeling of, okay, you need to extend your vision past what you thought, and that's been an overarching thing that I've been seeing the last few weeks or so. If you've been following along with these readings, then I've been feeling this sort of energy of people in the collective needing to see life differently, more expanded. This vast vistas says expand your horizons. And it's like about looking out, and they're looking out specifically actually to a boat, which I don't think I've ever realized. So it might be that you are going to take a boat somewhere, you're going to be on a boat. Um, but I really am feeling this feeling of like you need to expand your vision much, much wider than actually you're used to. And sometimes the reason we close down our vision, or our, imagining, is because we think we're supposed to go to what's realistic. But what's realistic for you is totally not what's realistic for others, right? Like there are people, you can admit there are people who live a totally different reality to you. So, say, I don't know, say Beyonce, right? Beyonce lives a really different reality to me. That's quite okay. But our reality is really, really different. And so where I need to expand my mind to go, and where I'm being led to in life, could be equally as big for me as, Beyonce to Beyonce's life, right? Like the calibration of that. What I'm seeing for my life is also going to be really different from, say, someone close to me, like my best friend or my mother or someone, like the way that they see their lives, um and what they would see ahead of them would be really different, and equally as expansive. We're all equal here. There's no like better or worse than. It's it's just saying, I guess, that you are maybe tuning your perception into what you think is realistic based on who's around you, but you're really different than who's around you. Everyone's really different from who's around them, but I think you specifically, collective, you are, yeah, you are just very, very different. And also, I think some of what we limit ourselves with is the thought that we are operating from the current energy that we have, when in reality, you might need to build more energy to increase to where you're getting guided to go. And that will come, and so to trust that, I was working with a client yesterday saying, um, it's important to clear the mind when you're doing vision receiving, because otherwise you're inferring your own, you know, pre-thought on how you think things should be or could go based on how they have gone, or how you think is realistic for them to go. When in reality, life isn't actually that realistic, because like we all live really, really different lives from each other. So like, how do you know? How do you know what's going to stand in your way? We assume what's going to stand in our way based on how life has gone, but that's not necessarily in truth. So to get to your true destiny and true legacy, um, you've got to trust that everything could actually go well. And I think that's what's holding some people back here, is sort of thinking about how things have gone, um, and not thinking about, yeah, we have cow spirit here. It says the miracles are endless, endless, And so if they just went on and on and on, and if life got better and better and better, and just imagine that all of those challenges and conflicts that you thought were going to get in your way are actually now just so much easier, because by the time you get to them, you have the skill, you've got the support, the resources, you have whatever you need, to get through whatever that challenge is. So imagine everything is just going a lot better. Yeah, we have blossoming. This is totally the vibe that I'm feeling today. Also, if you were here yesterday, sorry about the microphone thing. I was um, fixing the internet in the morning, and so I didn't have time to come down and do this reading. And then I forgot that the microphone was in my little drawer here. And so you're getting a really muffled version of me, but let me know if today is clearer. And hopefully it is. And anyways, now I have the microphone up. Maybe I just won't put it away, but sometimes when I'm on the computer, it's annoying to have this microphone in this drawer. It's a very funky little setup that I have here. Um, I should do a behind the scenes, behind the wall video here at some point. Anywho, blossoming. This says you are just getting started. So have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. And this is so true, that if you are just getting started, then to act as if everything's going to go exactly how it is now is such a fallacy, right? Because it can't, because you're growing now. So you will actually be grown by the time you get to that next place, that next thing. If you were to imagine or receive the vision of your life, say 3 years from now, 3 years from now, my life is like, I'm getting chills as I say this. It's so drastically different from this current dream life that I'm living. And sometimes that can be difficult. You're like, I've been at way worse places in life. And boy, have I been at way worse places in life, and then thought, oh, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Now that it's better, you're like, okay, maybe we'll just relax. Maybe we shouldn't, maybe we shouldn't ask for more because it's already good. So what if me wanting for more, or what if I think that this dream thing that I'm after isn't really made out to be? And so then my life gets worse again, right? Like it almost leaves you a setup for disappointment. But if you don't hold it as an expectation and as a demand, it's really like a hope and an optimistic dream. And then that actually allows you to feel drawn more towards it. And in my mind, if you've had the imagining of it, if you've had the vision of it, then it is meant for you. And so it's finding its way to you just as much as you are finding your way to it, to them, to whatever that is. We also have Kuan Yin, which is compassion. And I do feel like a lot of people are being um, hard on themselves instead of disciplined. So there's a difference, right? There's a difference between showing up, doing what you're meant to do, doing what you feel compelled to do, and living your life passionately and with energy. There's a difference between that and beating yourself up so that you do things, so that you do what you think you should do. And should is, if that's already telling you I don't like that narrative, because I do not love the word should. Don't tell me what I should do. I won't even tell myself what I should do. If I do, then I sidestep that. I get away from that line of thinking. This says release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. I think this is also a judgment on your future, that you're also like prejudging your future as to how you think it might go, again, based on how things have gone. For all the folks who are joining Empath Energetics, or thinking about joining Empath Energetics, I will allow applications in, through the weekend, and that will be when we close things up. And I have to say, just I'm saying it every day because it feels really strange to me, that they haven't made themselves known yet, but there is a masculine energy, a male listening, um, who is wanting to take the Empath Energetics program, wanting to do self healing work and intuition work, and sort of feeling like an imposter, like maybe they shouldn't or couldn't, or maybe they're just telling themselves, "Oh no, I just can't afford it." But perhaps 3 months from now, you will be able to afford it, and so having a payment plan is something that would like space that out, or perhaps there's something else that we can figure out, some sort of way to make this make sense. So if that's you, or if you don't identify as male or man, and that still resonates with you, reach out to me. It is incredibly depressing, if I'm being totally vulnerable and honest. It's incredibly depressing to have so many people actually reach out. I've had many, many people reach out saying that they want to take this program, and then within the day say that it feels too expensive for them. And I know that there's so many people out there who are needing this type of work. I also know there's so many people out there who would charge way, way, way more for this style of work and the amount that I put in to this program. And so it's such a dilemma, right? Like it's such a frustrating thing to want to do your self-healing work and then to not be willing to put anything towards that. It's not going to get you anywhere fast. So um it is really challenging for me as well, because I want to honor people doing this work, and I also need to earn my worth, and so it can be really challenging for that reason. I know how good this program is. I know the way that it works is deep and involved and intensive. I don't do anything that isn't deep these days, other than maybe this public oracle work, because it's a little more general, but it's a very individualized, personalized journey. I would love to welcome you into Empath Energetics. If learning intuition development and doing your shadow work and expanding your light energy, just increasing your energy in general. I mean, why do people have any money issues? Like they're lacking energy, right? So at some point, you're going to have to do something to change that story and to change that circumstance. And so I understand, I understand that people um, might not feel like I just feel like people are talking themselves through or out of it. And I really feel like this may be the last one that I run anyway, because I'm being pulled in different directions. I'm following my intuition as always. And I've been so glad to do 4 rounds of this empath energetics journey. It's been really impactful for my career. And it's led me to, I will be writing a book about this content and this work. So yeah, I would love to welcome you into this next round. If it feels like it's in alignment for you, then we will figure out a way for you to join. Okay. No matter what, we'll figure out a way for you to join. I want more people to feel like they can, um, they can trust themselves to expand their energy. It's just incredibly depressing to know how many people are coming forth and then walking away from it, because I'm going, well, where are you going to go? What are you going to choose to do? Are you just letting yourself down? Are you just choosing to continue looking for free options to get your healing work and not actually investing in yourself? Like, you matter. And it's so difficult to just go in circles and go in cycles. That's like the whole reason. One of them, I always say, that's the reason I made empaths, but there's many reasons. One of the main reasons was definitely that I felt so divided and like I had to search all on my own. And I felt like I wasn't ever coming into answers that made sense with each other, when I was along my healing journey. And I also just felt like stuff wasn't sticking. And I really knew that there must be a better way. And I feel like I've taught a better way where it will stick, because of the amount that I layer in and the consistency of being there for yourself and for the others in the group for 4 months. And you also get one-on-one time with me. So the value is definitely there. And it's okay with me if we need to spread out those payments, or if we need to figure out some other way to help you be a part of the program. So this is for all the people watching who are kind of thinking and kind of like waffling. Just book a meeting with me sometime over this weekend and we'll see what we can do. Okay, back to this collective oracle reading. If you're still here watching, can you just give this video a like or a comment? Helps other people see it. Maybe one of those people needs to see it. Um, okay, then we have detachment. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. And ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. Now, this is what's leading me into the romance part of this reading. I'm getting this feeling of detachment from from your person. Like in the past, it feels like this person um it feels like this person really wanted so deeply, and they still crave this deeply. So it's not that they don't want this, but they wanted so deeply, like a relationship, a moving, like I'm hearing power couple, like they wanted like the love of all lifetimes, like this epic big partnership and connection. And what they found early on was that if that didn't happen, that they were like completely crushed because they thought they'd lost their opportunity. Like everything just felt really big and dramatic, like dramatized, dramatic, or like larger than life. And so over this time of separation, or perhaps just you haven't met them yet. So perhaps for some people you haven't met them, or you haven't met them in a long time. So in this time, they've been working on they've been working on their own detachment to that grandiose part of the idea, but they're still holding the flame of hope and optimism for what they feel is possible. And that's a beautiful place for them to be at, because now the pressure won't be there in your connection to rush it forward anywhere, but also there will be a certain um level of fulfillment that you both feel. I feel a sense of fulfillment. And okay, that makes sense also because I was just saying that on that card twice, fulfillment, but I was feeling that it's like you're gonna feel um when they make their, and I feel like they will come to you, but I feel like they're going to make their intention or hope or dream known to you. And when they do, whenever they do, it's not like you're gonna feel like, oh, you're complete, but there's gonna be like a knowing that this is part of your own soul fulfillment and your own life plan in a sense. And that's kind of what I mean also by sometimes these things are sort of predestined and planned for us, but we'll have these glimpses, we'll have these feelings and knowings of, oh, I think that might be some direction that I'll be going. And, part of the work of increasing your intuition is trusting those impulses, even not in the face of external reality. So when your physical reality isn't quite matching that, to actually hold that faith and to continue believing it and to see it as true rather than to see it as some figment, some dream, something that needs to be washed away. Um, I feel like this is what that person did for many, many, I don't know, many amounts of time. Is that they were brushing away their knowings, and hoping that they were just figments of their imagination, when in reality, it was just a really big, scary dream that they were looking forward to so much that they didn't want to look forward to it. Because if they look forward to it, then they could be disappointed if it didn't happen. And if they were disappointed one more time, they thought that could be the end of their hope altogether. So it's very dramatic, very dramatic. Okay, we also have true offering. True offering says true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. So I do see this person trusting in love again, and I also see you trusting that this is coming your way. Again, I am feeling drawn towards this collective energy read going that way. But as far as today and what you need to focus on today, I'm seeing it as keep hope alive in your heart. This is playfulness. I love this. It says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So that may have been why a kids show was coming into my mind. It may also be um, why I'm saying you need to like dream bigger and allow more things. Like as a kid, often you wouldn't go, well, that didn't go well last time. You go, okay, I'm going to try it different this time. Like there's sort of a bit of a different energy. You may not have been that way as a kid. I know I definitely was. I still try to be. Is that that kind of like childlike optimism and maybe childlike romanticism, instead of seeing yourself as naive, see yourself as possible of proving adults wrong. This is something I feel a lot actually, especially when it comes to love, that people can tell me all they want about how how they feel love is based on their experience and their perspective. But I know that there's a knowing and a clear spot in my heart that when it reaches when it reaches soul connection with another, it is recognized. And that familiar place, I know, is part of my own soul's journey. The story that I've lived in my love life and in my romantic connections, I haven't shared as openly here, but the stories that I have lived, and it's a many storied past for me, has all brought me closer to this familiarity, this knowing of what I am meant to be matched with. And for you, that may not be love or romance, that may be your creative ventures, it may be your career or your family specifically, or it might be your health, right? It might be the way that you see yourself, your body image or some or physical transformation in some kind of way. Could be business, whatever it is for you, but it feels like our souls remember, right? Our souls know. And so when we inch closer, we have this knowing and this familiarity. And I know that for many of us, the way that we've lived our lives in in ways that have challenged us or added suffering, on the other side of that, the pendulum swings, and on the other side is the exact opposite energy of what we have experienced. So if a part of you knows, like a part of my heart knows, that I'm meant for great, you know, empire building love, and that this is a part of my life story. However, that happens, so long as I'm non detached, I know that I will know when my heart is fulfilled and when this is met and matched. And I enjoy every step along that journey as this pendulum swings from places where that feels like the opposite energy, and places where it feels like it could never be my way, to this is of course the way. And so this is like the act also for me, definitely, but for you as well, collective, is releasing this, like the bird the other day that I was talking about, releasing a bird out with your hope and your intention. And so again, if there's some place, especially a higher up place, I'm very lucky here because I'm overlooking a city, so I can let the bird go over top of the city and send it along the breeze to wherever it needs to be. You send this hope or this wish, dandelions, whatever it is, along the breeze with your hopes and with your wishes, and then you return it to source, and you return it to spirit, to God, to divine, to love, and then it may actually unburden you. You might not feel the pressure. I don't feel any pressure towards my life journey. It's coming at me actually much faster than I even anticipate most of the time. Right now, I used to say the universe had a lag time. Right now, I'm almost feeling the opposite. Like I'll get a thought and I'll be like, okay, I'll step towards that. And then it's already coming at me like full speed. So that's, I guess, the gift of being in good alignment. I'm here in good alignment, being in these lands and doing what I'm doing and putting my focus where I have been. But man, sometimes it's coming like much faster and much more speedily than I anticipate. So we have beaver spirit, lay a solid foundation, and this is important. This is the part about discipline, okay? So disciplined dreams is um is really crucial. It's really crucial to seeing your life path through. A lot of the challenge a lot of dreamers and creatives and spiritual intuitive types have is that they don't follow through, and they don't actually just commit to something and have the discipline, to see it through. And because of that, they'll end up saying, well, I can't do my dream. Well, it's not going to happen for me. And it's not possible. It's not in the realm of possibilities anymore for me because I let myself down, or I waited too long. I waited too long is such, I don't know, it's such a crock because you're clearly still living your life. There's still time. There's always time, Lots of people do things. Have you ever looked at like CEOs, successful CEOs or actors or people like that who will, at some point in their lives, it'll be like, wow, everything all clicked. And you don't really get to control when that is. And so trying to control everything, this is totally speaking to yesterday's reading. Trying to control everything just is so futile. It's not going to work. And that's not how things work. So lay a solid foundation, a structure, so then your dreams file in on top of it, but you don't need to build all of that. Just keep laying the groundwork. This beavering away is really, it's really more like making sure you feel steady with your day to day and making sure that every day you feel like you've done something towards this grander vision. But it won't work unless you do, you know. And same with health, you know, you're not going to get healthy unless you do the things that actually bring you to that place of greater health. With love, you're not going to get great love until you express your love, you know. That doesn't, it doesn't work that way. And expressing your love could be a very big, you know, vast exploration. It doesn't mean just confessing feelings to one person. It could be how you live in a state and in an energetic state of love, and then allow things to come your way. Depends on who you are and how you are meant to interact in that way. And bat spirit. I've been really feeling bat energy recently, actually. Like for the last 2 months or so, bat has been something that's been flying around. And it says a rebirth is assured. So if you've been praying and hoping for life to look dramatically different than how it has, trust that it is. It already is. If you've seen that, it's true. It's true. And so then what will you need to do today to live that life a little bit closer? Life alignment is one of these like huge passions of mine, business alignment, especially, or career alignment if you're like a solo entrepreneur type person. So if you would like to work with me on that, actually, Empath Energetics is the best way. That's how a lot of people start with me, is they'll do Empath Energetics and then work on business alignment with me. Because in our one-to-one time, we could just focus on your business and on your work. And if not, if that's not your way, then there's other ways of working with me, absolutely. And this rebirth, it feels like you need to commit to it. So if you have been very non-committal and this energy is really speaking to you and through you, I urge you to find a way to commit to yourself, so that you can live in a way that actually expands the whole world. Because our when we are at our truest and most authentic and our healed and our empowered selves, we make such an incredible impact on those around us, and we are able to live our dreams through and fully. Whereas, you know, there is the option of sidestepping your spiritual mission and just not doing those things, you know? So have discipline with your dreams. That's today's message. Okay. And let me know if you're struggling with having that discipline or needing some structures. I made a spreadsheet yesterday that it was really funny. I was in the office and two of my community coworkers, they're not really coworkers, I guess, but just community members here, walked in. And one of them, who is slowing down, he's like more in retirement zone right now. And he's less apt to take on like new things because there's just no real need. And then the other, who is a little younger, and so is actually much more like um, kind of gung ho with, yeah, let's make some changes and let's grow together type thing. And you know, expansion is cool or interesting. One said, "Wow, that's frightening," and the other said, "Oh, I actually thought it was inspiring." So whether you're frightening or inspiring, your dreams are meant for you. I just got to keep doing me, making my spreadsheets, as you do, in order to plan and have discipline for my dreams, right? All my dreams now have this container. That's not all my dreams, it's just one aspect, but you know, that one has a container now. So it will be much more easy to live out. So if you're needing some help with structure, that's something I'm very good at helping with. And if you're needing some help with belief and faith in yourself, that's another thing I'm very good at helping you with. So let me know. You can book a session with me down below. There's free 15 minutes if you are interested in the Empath Energetics program. Round 5 is starting next week. So I'm so excited. And we'll chat soon. Okay, take care, everyone.